I'm here in Argentina. Let's take a look at some plants. Hello, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening.
If you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe to the channel.
I'm lucky to be here in Argentina and I'm just having a look around to see what plant material there is. This is only Buenos Aires, so I'm only looking in the city, but there is still a lot of plant material that we recognise, that we grow at home. Quite a lot of the material is not native. So for instance, we have got wonderful patches of Agapanthus, which are all over the place. They grow here brilliantly. And then in other places, there is just ground cover of ivy all over the place. So they use a lot of the ivy as ground cover, and then obviously it's easy for them to look after because they can cut around into the shapes that they want, covers the ground easily, easy to maintain. So that's the reason why they're using it a lot. It's not a native to Southern America. It is more Europe to Asia where these plants come from. But like a lot of places around the world, plants have been brought over, they've been utilized. As long as they're kept under control, they do not become an invasive species. I'm not 100% sure of which ivy this is. It's a Hedera helix of some description. But it is good. It has a large leaf, it covers the area and makes the place look green. Another plant that's used a lot, and this gets used a lot all over the world, is the New Zealand flax. It is a brilliant plant. You get these large leafy sprays, and then this one has actually flowered. It's just finished flowering. It's putting on a little bit of seed, but they are great as an end piece to a bit of planting. They give you structure, and all around this square we've got them sitting at the edges of steps, so they mark your way up the pathway. In all of the parks you'll see swathes of Agapanthus, all different forms. The majority are blues, but they are all different types, and then there are white ones as well. It's like you get a blue overload of the planting. They're obviously so successful, why not grow them? Then in contrast from the blue that you get here, up behind me over here are the most fantastic Jacaranda trees, which I adore, but they're starting to drop all of their flower and you get a carpet of blue flowers on the ground. Brugmansia. This is the most amazing plant. You've got these huge big trumpet flowers. Now these ones have gone over, but they are fabulous when you look into the centers of them, and they make these big shrubs. So they are really elegant and fabulous things. You know, they're going up to quite a height here, somewhere around about 3 meters in height, if not more. And the spreads, there are 3 or 4 ones planted in this particular spot. But they are great fun, really wonderful plants, and at home they will get put into containers and then have to be brought inside. Here they can just live outside and enjoy their lives. This is one of the flowers that I really was hoping to see here in the Botanical Gardens. Now it is a South American native. It is a fantastic plant, Alstroemeria psittacina. And we grow this back home and it does really well. Now you can see it has beautiful flowers which are incredible red, burgundy coloured, and then they have these wonderful markings in the centre there. Lovely little trumpets going out at the edge. Fantastic plants. And then when you come to the seed heads, which I absolutely adore, because look at them, they look sculptural and they just are fantastic, resting over the top of the flowers that you can see there. And you know, leaving the seed heads there with the flowers gives you some really interesting plants to look at. Just look at the way the tops of these actual seed heads are formed. Just incredible bit of structural horticultural engineering. Plants are incredible at how they manage to create all of these shapes and structures which are just so brilliant. And then if you look at the way that you've got green and those wonderful burgundy red flowers all together. Fantastic. This is Alstroemeria psittacina. Now I've come across, just a bed across from where the Alstroemeria were, to some incredible bright orange red Hemerocallis. Now I know they're not native, but they do look superb. They are wonderful plants. Look at the huge big flowers, really looking happy, and in this bright intense sunshine they just stand out and look fabulous. So these are the huge big flowered forms, and then you get the slightly smaller flowered ones here with a little bit of a line on the markings, and then you go on to the really blousy, huge big flower heads of the double flowered form. Now look at those, they are incredible. Really happy here. They're not just double, you can see there are 3 layers of petals creating this really blousy flower with that orange and red lip to it, looking stunning. Such a superb plant. What really entertains my little brain at times when I'm visiting places is the fact that material like this Tradescantia is used outside as complete bedding or ground cover, and yet at home we're talking about using it as a house plant. It wouldn't survive outside. They are wonderful. They have beautiful purple reverses to the leaves, and they've got striking silver stripes down here. It does flower, but most of the time it's grown for its evergreen, and then it can be cut back. At home, you would just grow it in a bathroom or in a kitchen or somewhere with a little bit of light, and it's a very easy house plant. So it's always lovely to see it out in the open growing where it should be. This is the start of the rose garden. It's a very, very beautiful big area. And we'll just wander around and have a look and see what we can find. It has beautiful fountains all the way up the entranceway. And then look, one of your favourites, but hey, we have a huge big bed there of Hemerocallis, really stunning. Could be something like Stafford or one of the Chicago ones. Water is always brilliant in a park. It makes sound, it gives you some cool. So it's a rose garden, and here are our first lot of roses, and guess what they are? Good old fashioned iceberg. And this is in the Garden of the Poets. Yeah, a Floribunda iceberg. Didn't think these were still grown, but hey. And you see more and more of the water. And then as you go around, so we have poets on their plinths. And being the uncouth one that I am, I probably don't know a lot of these people. Brasilia. But I know this gentleman. This one will be William Shakespeare. There we go. This is a very well kept park. It's beautiful. And they use a lot of this red gravel stone, which is a great contrast to the green, rich grass and then the pruned box. Now we've got into the rose garden proper, and these are very healthy looking roses, it has to be said. Such fabulous colour to their flowers, there's healthy growth, really clean foliage, and so many different colours and forms. You can understand why people come out at the weekend to come and have a look and wander around through this place. It is absolutely fabulous. This one here is Jardin de France. And then there are some low growing forms there. That one is Bingo Mediland. Okay, and hello little boy, girl, I don't know who you are, but you're quite a sweet little bird. Then we come up into the creams. They have got irrigation, I noticed, right the way through, but after the last few days while I've been here, this is my third time lucky in getting into the rose garden. There's been so much rain that they've actually decided to close the garden until today. So I've been really lucky to get in. This is Tchaikovsky. This is a beautiful, look how clean the leaves are. Absolutely fantastic. Now I know everybody is aware I do not like roses. That's not actually true. What it is I do not like to grow roses in my own garden, but I love seeing them elsewhere where other people have to deal with the pruning and the scratching and everything else that goes with it. Now there's a little bit of salvia there to contrast the white beds, and you know, just lots and lots of little beds. I quite like that orange rose over there. We're just going to go and have a little look at that. That looks rather gorgeous. This is one called Pat Austin. Isn't that just the most glorious rose? Really, really beautiful. So that is an English rose. Yeah, fabulous. And you can see by the number of people who are here, they're all just enjoying this garden. It has a lot to offer. There are pergolas, there are all sorts of evergreen and lakes, as you'd expect. Just fantastic. It's a very bright day. I'm sorry, that's just how it is, but I will wander through and we can just see if there's anything else that catches my eye and can be really beautiful. And we'll finish on this one here. What have we got here? Oh, Johann Strauss. And this is really lovely. Look at that. Multiple blooms on that. Really stunning, beautiful Johann Strauss. Agapanthus that line here. You have people playing along the water in pedals. What else should you do in a park like this? Just so beautiful. The geese and ducks are playing, having fun. And if I just turn around and go back, obviously I don't want you to fall through that bit, you can see the fabulous white and then look out onto the rose garden at the other side. So lots of people in this quiet place in the middle of the city, just enjoying the park life. It is amazing. For somebody who's a country bumpkin, I actually quite like park life. Just stroll around, relax, don't do a lot, have the odd coffee, look at things. And then we come out of the blue and come into the yellow. And as you can see, puddles. And these pathways must have been really soaking wet, which is why they closed the park for so long. There we go, stunning stands of yellow Hemerocallis, looking really healthy, very happy with the water behind. And then you go in to the pergolas with some climbing roses up them as well, and lots of Agapanthus. And if we look out here, beautiful red, dark red roses. And then in the middle is Mutabilis. And that happens to be one of the roses I do actually grow at home. I rather like Rosa Mutabilis. It's a species, doesn't have very many thorns, very obliging. So I'm quite happy to grow things like that. So I've been very lucky to be able to wander around. I really did think I wasn't going to manage to get to come and visit this garden. And this is a park as it should be, being enjoyed by lots and lots of people, sitting, looking, smelling, enjoying the roses. It's an old park, something like 1914 it was built, and it has its waterway going around for people to have the pleasure through. There's a bridge up here which goes over the water. And yes, it's simply planted, but it doesn't have to be anything else really. It's very beautiful, it's of its age, of its era, and I think it's lovely to keep these places like that. Otherwise there would be nothing different. You can cut out as much of this of the waffle as you want, Cameron. Okay. Yeah. And there we go. Island in the middle of the pond, full of palms. I'm not sure I can actually get the bridge in a really good way, but there we go. This gives you a little bit of it. Let's see if we can get a bit further back and get a bit more. Don't think so. We'll go and finish off, oops, at one of the bright red roses. We started with a white one, as in Alice in Wonderland, and we're going to finish with a red one, Queen of Hearts. So let's have a look. This beautiful red one here is a dark red, and it's got beautiful dark red foliage en masse like that. It doesn't have to be fully in flower. It's an impressive rose just as it is. Really, really beautiful. Stunning. Bright red. Really stunning. And then it has this beautiful young foliage, coppery bronze, going up to those amazing red flowers again. Absolutely beautiful. Perhaps ought to just find its name. Oh, here we go. Europeana. Oh, it's a year younger than me. There we go. Thank you very much, Rosedal.
If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.